What if I told you your warehouse or your warehouses were in the wrong place? That's what we're going to be talking about this week, and I'll actually step you through a very brief case study to show you what I mean. And that's coming right up. So something I've spoken about on the channel a few times, and if you look at the playlists and look up distribution networks, you'll find lots and lots of videos about this topic, but it's the distribution network and the network of your warehouses, distribution centers, and where those are located and how the products are allocated to them and customers are allocated to them. Because I know I was being a little bit flippant at the beginning of the video, but most warehouses are in the wrong spot. And that is because a business changes over time. Their customer mix changes, their product mix changes, the service offers change. Now, I'm not suggesting that you move warehouses frequently, but because of those changes over time, most distribution networks have warehouses that are not really in the ideal location. So why are we talking about this? Well, it's something that can be adjusted. And I'll talk you through a very brief case study to show you what I mean. Now, I've asked this a few times on the channel. What dictates where your warehouses are located geographically and how many you have? Think about that for a minute. What's the overriding thing that dictates where your warehouses are going to be? It's customer service. And why is that? Well, if you think about it for a moment, if you had a customer service offer that was, let's say, 30 days, so from the point of ordering, a customer's quite happy to wait 30 days to get their product, you could probably have one warehouse servicing the globe. You know, if you were able to use air freight, you'd reach a lot of it, maybe by road freight. But you know, that's an extreme example where you don't need stock all over the place if you've got a 30-day customer service offer. Go to the other extreme. What if you are servicing customers with fresh products or something like that where they need it within hours? Well, guess what? You've got to be holding that product within hours of all of your customers. So obviously that's going to be dependent on the transport mode, whether it's going by road, by air, by sea, by rail. But you see what I'm saying, that if the customer service offer, if the lead time there is quite long, you can afford to have only a few warehouses and they can be quite distant from your customer base. If the service offer is very high, you need product closer to your customers and therefore more warehouses. So let me talk you through a very, very brief case study to illustrate this. And we'll flash up some maps on the screen. This is from a few years ago, but let's look at the extreme one. So I'm not going to name the company, obviously, or the industry even, to protect sort of confidentiality and so on. And in fact, I've kind of changed things around a little bit so that there's no way you can identify the company. But this one, and let's flash this up on the screen, was looking at a distribution network for a company that was providing same-day service basically to everybody in the country. And this case study took place in Australia. So it's a real case with quite a large company. And what was interesting was the sales director said to me during the project, we'd really like to offer the best service possible in our industry. Really like to beat the competition. And how about if we were able to offer a 2-hour service window? So in other words, you order now, you'll get the product within 2 hours. I'm just thinking, you know, it's hard to imagine businesses that can do that. But actually during lockdown, during COVID in recent times, a lot of businesses are doing that. And one business that I use quite a lot is an alcohol delivery business. I like my glass of wine or a whiskey in the evening. And there is this fantastic company. Shall I tell you who it is? We give them a shout out, BWS. They are probably about 10 kilometers from where I live, but they'll deliver like within an hour just from the local store. So, you know, maybe I'm thinking, oh, might have a nice dinner tonight, we'll have a glass bottle of wine or something. They'll deliver it within an hour, which is absolutely amazing. The only other company that I've seen sort of in recent years offering that sort of level of service was spare parts for cars, you know, on a much bigger scale. So anyway, I digress. Here we have an FMCG company delivering basically to everybody in the country. The sales director is saying, I want to offer the best service possible and I want to have a 2-hour service lead time. Well, you know, if you've been around supply chain and logistics for a while, think of a country the size of Australia, with quite a sparse population, to reach everybody. How many warehouses would that require? Well, let's flash it up on the screen. Over 70. And that was only giving 95% coverage. So 95% of the customer base would still be beyond that 2-hour service lead time. And of course, that would be an enormous cost, running over 70 warehouses, all of that extra stock, all of that extra safety stock. It just doesn't make sense. So that's one extreme, if you like. So just going back to the bottle shop, as we call them here in Australia, how could they offer a 1-hour service window? Because it was all coming out of the local shops. And they've got hundreds of shops all over the country. So getting back to our FMCG company, 2-hour service window, lead time, over 70 warehouses, doesn't make a lot of sense. So what about a 4 to 6 hour service lead time? And let's flash the map up for that one. Now we can reach everybody, well, we can reach 95% of the population by road freight with 25 warehouses. So we've gone from over 70 now to 25. Not only is that obviously a reduction in operating cost, but a reduction in inventory as well, because we are able to reduce safety stocks by reducing the number of warehouses. So we're now down to 25. Is that more manageable? And I'll tell you what they ended up with in the end. And then, of course, it's always good to kind of look at the other extreme. What if we had a next day service? So currently they're doing same day. You know, could we save a lot of money by just having a next day service? So we have to be able to reach everybody, 95% of the population again, by next day with their delivery. We're now down to 8 warehouses. So you can see the difference that the service offer makes. 2-hour service, we needed over 70 warehouses. 4 to 6 hour service, same day, we're down to 25. And a next day service, we've now got 8. It's a massive, massive difference. This is something, I mean, I've been studying distribution networks now for probably 25 years and helping clients all over the world with their distribution networks for 25 years. And it's one of the opportunities that I still see lots of businesses have. And unfortunately, they miss the point about the service offer driving the shape of the distribution network. And also what happens with a lot of companies, they have one service offer for all of their customers. So coming back to this FMCG company, what if, for example, there was a very popular product, a product that by its very nature people wanted quickly? We could have that in all of our warehouses, but maybe there's another product, and I'm thinking a spare parts industry or something like this, that people don't need so frequently. They want it, but you know, it's not that frequently used, and as long as I can get it within a few days, those sorts of products could be held maybe in 1 or 2 central locations. So you've got the ability to fine-tune that distribution network, not just by the service offer, but by how you deploy the products across your distribution network as well. And we see that a lot in big retail, particularly, where the very fast-moving products are held in every warehouse. The slower-moving products are maybe held in one national distribution centre, maybe even in a regional distribution centre. So if you're going to have a look at your distribution network, always start with the customer service offer. The customer service offer dictates where you've got to hold stock, how many warehouses you need, how big they're going to be, how much inventory is going to be in the network. Really question that customer service offer and then think, are we able to differentiate or alter that service offer depending on the type of customers that we're servicing? Because not all customers want a very rapid service. And again, we can tailor the distribution network with that in mind, and then finally think about, do we need all of the products in every warehouse? And inevitably you don't, because products are required at different rates, different demand profiles, and so on. So there we go. Look, a very quick case study on how customer service will shape your distribution network. It will dictate how many warehouses you have in the network. Now, thank you for staying till the end of the video. I didn't want to say anything up front because this is just for people who watch the whole video. But I thought this week we'd do a giveaway. And what are we giving away? We're giving away one of my books. So this one is called The 7 Supply Chain Keys. It talks about distribution network design and lots of other topics. What else have we got in here? Where's the contents page? We talk about customer service, supply chain strategy, S&OP, network design, which of course is this topic, outsourcing, asset utilization and performance measurement. So 7 keys for actually improving your supply chain. How do you get that? If you look in the description below the video, you will find a link. Jump onto that link and you can download this book. But wait, there's more. No, it's not steak knives. When you download the book, you'll also have access to a free mini online education program with, I think it's got 10 e-classes in it, and the opportunity for some more downloads. So go and grab the book, get access to the free training online, and don't forget, have a look at your distribution network. How many warehouses have you got? Is it shaped by the customer service offer? I bet it is. Any questions on that? Comment down below. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Oh, and finally, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and that way you'll get notified every time we have a new video coming out. See you next week. Bye for now.